that nigga what he wanted with the money he generating on his own. Y'all don't know about this shit. He got his money. And he got the cosign from one of the biggest Southern niggas in the game, Future, bro, on top of it. Walking him through the Epic building, which us and Future own, nigga. We sell the most records in that motherfucker.
Yeah, he got what he wanted. He got what he wanted.
Bro.
He put up a Future.
He gonna get what he want. He doing the numbers and I'm with the boy. They gonna do it for the boy first. Then this nigga selling records. Oh hell yeah, we doing it. We ain't even doing Future a favor.
Fluffing them numbers up, bro. This chick from New York just said she got signed for $2 million. I ain't gonna say her name. Fuck it, I'll say her name. Murder B from New York. She just said she got signed for $2 million, and I know that's a fucking lie.
But listen, bro, I don't know Murder B. Respect to her, but all I'm saying is, like I told y'all about anybody that get locked up or anything like that. I only talk about shit when it's not what I think. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Hold on. Yo, Meezy. So do you think that 1090 Jake should like, you know, I'm not saying cut rappers a break a little bit, but be a little bit more understanding.
I think he need to do what he doing. Him cutting rappers a break, it sounds so contradictory to even giving a fuck if niggas snitch. Cause it's like, you like fuck snitches, but oh nah, man, you just need to relax, man. Like, nah, do what you do. But sometimes, bruh, be logical and take your L sometime. I feel like he ain't all the way take an L, but I feel like this was the biggest profile case of him doing what he doing. Like his reputation, he felt like his reputation was on the line. 1090 Jake got a good following, but this is peak right now. Like as far as, not peak like it's over for him, but this was the biggest situation he had doing what he doing. He could not look wrong. So when it was like, when he couldn't let that shit go of him not looking wrong, he couldn't take it. So now it was just reach after reach after reach. Instead of like, damn, you know what? I'm going to see, let me do what I need to do. It just became so technical. Now it's just solely based off this nigga's interview on Say Cheese. It's not even based off real paperwork. You get what I'm saying?
No, I see what you're saying.
It's like, nigga, he not letting it go. His name on the line. Fuck that. And I feel him, but at the same time, I wouldn't have looked at him different because it's not like he might not be all the way wrong, but he just ain't have all his shit yet. I wouldn't have looked at him like, oh, that nigga cap. I just would have been like, oh, damn, you know, Boston Richey shit, you know, he a solid nigga. Nobody.
You also got to remember, though, Boston Richey did send him the paperwork in the first place.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So once everything got proven opposite of what he was originally saying, that's when like all the super reach start happening. In my opinion.
That's what you're saying.
Like you listen to that stream with Akademiks, bro. Once Akademiks bought that paperwork, it just was a whole bunch of technicality talk after that. It wasn't about concrete snitching. It was one nigga saying, bro, you was just on the news. So, nigga, if you doing that, that's the equivalent of what, because if my brother never got nobody locked up but talking, but you go on the news and you say you never got nobody locked up, but you telling them everything was going on, you a snitch too. He didn't want to take that. You get what I'm saying? He was just like, but it's facts, bro. Like, come on, bro. I'll be damn, I get you off a 15-year case and I don't get nobody else locked up. And once you out, you ain't fucking with me because I told the police John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt did it. What fuck is you talking about? Fuck you, nigga. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith ain't even real. Why do you care if I said it? Who went to jail? A ghost? Is it ghost jail? Is it ghost police officers locking people up that's like following us in spirit or something, nigga? What are you talking about?
It's the ghost.
That ain't snitching.
Hold on. The only thing I would say though, right, is like, and this is my whole issue with the whole thing, right? So I don't think Boston Richey cooperated either. But here's the thing: I don't think the streets have a cohesive definition of snitching. Like when I listen to 1090 Jake, when he gives me his definition of snitching, it'd be like, oh yeah, well if snitching is given or facilitating any information to the police, whether it results in an arrest or not, oh okay, I understand. And then when
so I got a question. Ask him that. I respect that, right? But if I go to the news and tell them, if you could pull up Justin Williams and you could see all 1, 2, 3 correctional facilities that I did my whole time in, and I go to the news and tell them everything I've witnessed and what I'm watching happen, you don't think police look at that and Google, like, you know what, we need to check that out. That big YouTuber nigga did 3 years here, and he keeps saying it was coke and all kind of great things in this prison. You don't think that's snitching either? Because he technically didn't talk to police?
Nah, he talked to the news, though. That's different.
But this is what I'm saying. Who gonna watch it to do? Like, this the same to me. If nobody's getting locked up, but it can incriminate, you don't think that can incriminate? You don't think that can incriminate at all? You don't think if I go on the news, but I don't talk to the police and be like, oh yeah, shit. Over there on Crenshaw, it's an illegal arms, man. You know, back when I was over there, I was buying bazookas for the low. And then a month later, them niggas get raided or some weird shit. Motherfuckers, that ain't snitching? Bro, if I look up his name, you don't gotta tell me the jail you at. I just look it up. I'm a police.
They gotta hit every fucking jail he's been at ever in his life.
Bro, you gonna hit any jail. You gonna hit any jail when you feel like it's contraband. It could have been other signs. But now, nigga, the biggest YouTuber and everybody talk about, oh, how he used to go to the chain gang. Now they back against the wall. They gotta check it.
What? He said he still talks to the niggas there, and them niggas ain't never.
I mean, what I'm saying, I'm not calling him a snitch. What I'm saying is the way he equates his mind is snitching. He low-key kind of did it if that's his mindset. I don't think he's a snitch. I'm just saying, bro, technically, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I get it.
Like, what's that supposed to do when you're talking on the news about contraband and you in 3 prisons and you doing local news in Florida? Like, you don't think that's not helping their case when if they do check the fucking all the bunks and stuff? You don't think they're gonna be like, well, we got word from this. They could. You don't never know what niggas could do. They probably wanted to do it anyway and just use him as an excuse, but it's a good excuse.
Especially if your name hold weight and everything.
And it's only getting bigger, so it's making it worse. You got to know how many niggas been on YouTube the past couple years. Like, oh yeah, 1090 used to go here. The COs know, everybody know. So now, nigga, that shit come in the press. What the fuck you supposed to do as the dean or warden, whatever that shit is, bro? People calling you talking about who's this 1090 guy? He's talking about that. Didn't he go to your shit?
Nah. I mean, you
don't think that's possible?
No.
Like, I'm not saying it happened. I'm just saying y'all don't think that's possible, and that don't count as telling because he did it on the news.
Facts.
What? That's why I say none of it makes sense. That's why I say, bro, just let niggas go to court and the nigga who locked up speak. And the nigga, you get what I'm saying? Let them speak first.
Nah, I see exactly what you're saying.
God damn.
That shit took us whole hour to get to that point.
Nah, this nigga Meezy got an argument. I ain't gonna lie. He made some definitely made some good points.
Like, come on, bro.
Man, you about to have niggas looking at 1090 Jake weird now, man.
No, I don't think they should. My message more to him, like, look at it from both ways, because Boston said a whole bunch of names that didn't do nothing to nobody. Like, literally, not nothing to nobody he knew, but nothing to nobody. But since you went on the news, it's different. Like, it won't affect nothing the same. So if I go to the news and be like, man, them same group of niggas over there been killing niggas the last 10 years. That's not snitching. When the police can watch the news and come to a conclusion on pinpoint just based off my relationships or whatever the fuck or where I be at, of course. The fuck?
So question, Meezy. So you feel like on Boston, you feel like 1090 Jake should have just let it up and was like, all right.
I feel like he should have just been like, you was dead ass wrong for doing what you did. I believe you never need to talk to police, but I ain't gonna call you a rat, but I would never do what you did. That's simple. I respect that.
Wait, hold on. If you ask me, I think this is where the discrepancy started, right? I think not Boston Richey, I think 1090 Jake was in the process of getting information. The first thing he got was the police affidavit that's public. Now, he didn't get the transcript yet. He didn't get the fucking audio or video for like the interview. But on the transcript, on the affidavit, it's like a cop saying, yeah, I pulled Meezy over and I smelt weed in his car. You know, some police just gonna be like, they're gonna write their own probable cause.
You always gonna do that, especially
you get what I mean?
If you grew up in that hood and they don't like you, and nigga, you know what a police report could do? They know you can ruin a nigga life with a police report, nigga.
Yeah, and I think what happened is that we get to find out that what pretty much came out wasn't what the cop exactly said it was, and even if it was anything similar, nobody got arrested for it. But I think Jake might have been too dug in, and then now it's just sides,
exactly. Now he like got to stand on something because this too high profile for him to look wrong when the most eyes he ever had was on him, bro. That's how I think he felt. Like, you got to think, I knew about 1090 Jake, but this is what made me like actually go to his YouTube channel and watch. So now he about to crack the biggest case with one of the biggest niggas from the streets coming out, and he looked wrong. He couldn't do it, bro. His pride was like, nah, you can't. So it went from reach to reach to reach to now his public service announcement for 4 years. He reached so hard, niggas digging that up, and he mad about that. But that's what you doing. You being technical too. So now niggas just playing your game. Ain't nobody trying to do nothing that you're not doing because you technically saying that bruh snitch, even though he didn't lock nobody up for any crime that he's supposed to snitch on whatsoever. Not even locked up like they beat the case, but nobody even got cuffs put on them after he spoke with anything. So he did something wrong in your opinion? Yes. Did he snitch? How? Who was apprehended off his words whatsoever?
And pretty much Boston Richey's, like, him and his brother pulled the same thing on him by saying, well, if I told by just even saying anything, because you're saying that maybe the cop, whether I said fictional names or real names, maybe the cops, I'm trying to spin them, maybe the cop will look at them. Well, whether you were saying some real shit about some jails, some contraband and jail shit, they're probably going to look at those people too.
100%, bro. Like, come on, dog. If I just kept talking about everything that happened in my prison on a podcast and I become the biggest podcaster, bro, after a while, man, you don't think that's going to affect that prison whatsoever when niggas really do some research on me, see what jail I went to that I'm always talking about? Or when I go on the news, talk about what I went through or what I was doing in prison? You don't think the bigger I get, the bigger my background get, and niggas look into that?
That's why I think, like, we also got to be able to, like, take a deep breath and be like, first of all, I don't think 1090 Jake's a snitch, and I don't think Boston Richey.
I don't either. I'm just saying, if you want to have his mentality, if he want to have his mentality towards everybody else about this technical stuff, then he is in his rules. In my rules, he's not. But if you go to the news and talk about, the prisons I went to, and nigga, you didn't go to 100 prisons, you went to like 2. That's the same thing as a nigga spinning an officer and nobody going to jail. Really worse, because if I spin somebody and nobody can go to jail, nobody can ever go to jail. Nigga, you talk on the news and a lame ass police officer want to use this to check the prisons, they can. Nigga can't say, oh, it was Susan B. Anthony that shot him against me ever again in life once the case is over. Because there's no Susan B. Anthony. That bitch died in like the 1800s, nigga.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no,
so which one's worse if you want to be technical? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I felt bad for that whole situation because,
I really feel bad for him, but he gonna be all right because he don't give a fuck so much that, you know what I'm saying? And I personally don't think he a snitch. I just think what he did, it was a little too much like talking. But bruh, like, he's literally asking, who did I lock up? The nigga's locked up for murder right now. Can somebody call him? Nobody wants to do that.
Okay.
Nobody wants to contact the nigga that's locked up's family, that's doing the time for the murder.
So Boston Richey sends over a fire ass song. Would you suggest that Savage get on it, or you'd be like, nah, we gotta chill right now?
I mean, you gotta understand, bro. I don't never suggest. Only time I suggest Savage to get on songs is if it's like a pop star manager or something reach out. You feel me? And I like, yo, we gotta do this. Rap shit has always been relationship with him anyway. So it's like, if bruh reached out, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know their relationship. But he only do songs with niggas he got relationships with unless it's like a different genre. Or it's like some crazy money on the line. And niggas like Boston Richey, they ain't paying for no motherfucking verses. Niggas from the street don't pay for verses, bro. They do at the beginning of their career, you feel me? Once a nigga lit, ain't no nigga from the street paying for no verse. Like when you coming up and you got a little 10 racks, 20 racks, you feel me? You trying to make it shake, that's different. I'm talking about when a nigga getting 30, 40 a show, street niggas don't ask for. When you see a street nigga with a feature, they ain't pay for that shit, bro. Niggas don't do that. It's love. It's swaps. That's what's going on.
I see everybody saying let 1090. I don't think 1090 even on, but I mean, I think it's a reasonable.
I mean, it's not really a debate because I don't think he a snitch. I'm just saying, I
think Meezy literally is saying
he could use his words to lock niggas up too, even though you're not talking to police. I could just press play on the words you said to the news.
I will say though, I felt a little bit bad. I'm gonna tell you why. You see, Meezy, you are much more eloquent. You know how to communicate. Boston Richey and his brother, they street niggas. So it's like, when I'm arguing with the nigga who ain't as quick with me like me with the words, especially in front of an audience, I can make you look stupid. So I felt
I don't think he looks stupid. I think he only looks stupid to internet people. Like if you from the streets, like he's trying to articulate the best he can without trying to be extra. And then he just assuming that he's talking to like, he kept saying it. He like, bruh. He kept saying it because I could tell his brother Slick respect 1090. He's talking to him respectful, like, bruh, you from the street, bro, right? He kept asking him, you from the street, right? Like, he kept saying that in a way like, bruh, I'm not about to sit here and explain everything because you know already. So it like, to y'all, it might have been like, oh, he sounds stupid. To me, it just sounds like he's sitting there rolling his eye like, man, what the fuck, man? Like, this nigga playing dumb. He know what's going on. I can't do all this talk. I don't do all this talking. He's not. Some niggas, when they say I don't do all this talking, that be cap. Like, so a lot of niggas do that shit on some little bitch shit. Like, man, I don't do talking, but they talk a lot. Niggas, I could tell his brother he don't do talking.
I don't do that internet
really
shit.
from the street. So it's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, it's not like he was stupid. He just like, bro, you know what's going on, bro. I can't sit here and articulate all this shit. It's too much any fucking way. We already talking too much, but shit. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't sound stupid to me. I felt like you just let 1090 off a little bit. You was so neutral that 1090 kind of looked stupid at some points.
Wait, no,
you ain't pointed out like you should.
Yo, honestly, I feel like, bro, I was holding it down so crazy, trying to like interpret and like make sure their arguments wasn't getting real. Yo, chat, be honest. I feel like I was playing almost defense attorney, and I'm neutral. Like, yo, I don't have no.
You made sure it didn't get aggressive though, for sure.
Yeah, no, but like, put like this. Listen, I could hear Boston Richey's brother say something, and it wouldn't be phrased right. You get what I mean? So yeah. I know at times I would rephrase it just because I know where the argument's at. So I think I was playing more defense attorney more than I didn't let 1090 get away with nothing.
I mean,
you think so? Be honest.
I'm not saying you let him get away with
nothing. Yo, because also I can't make.
It was times where he was wrong.
Yo, I can't make their
point. I felt it in your soul that you disagreed, but you didn't want to like veer off too much from their debate, so you didn't hold him accountable.
Bro, I can't make their points for them. That's the thing, right? Like, nigga, I can't make a point for somebody. Like, you know, I agreed left and right on a bunch of different things, but shit, if I think dude got a decent point, and then he don't really put it down in the way he should put it down, and Jake can come back and fucking switches up or puts down another point that's big. Like, hey, this is what it is. I can't do nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I respect it. I wasn't mad at nothing. And I mean, I respect 1090 Jake. Us saying he need to slow down is stupid. You telling me a nigga need to stop his hustle because something that's debatable? I just feel like, bro, none of us are always 100% right. Like, was he right in his gripe with Boston? From his principles, yeah, he was right. In his gripe, he wasn't right. He could have just let off the snitch word and be like, I still felt like what you did was some sucker shit, but you ain't a rat. That's all you had to do. Because that's really how he feel. Like, it ain't that the niggas, he's not a snitch. Nobody went to jail, but he just didn't like how the nigga talked. He don't respect that. And you got to respect if a nigga don't respect that, keep it moving. But don't put snitch on his name, and then when it ain't true, you just pull out all the stops to make it feel true so you don't feel like you was wrong for once.
Yo.
That's 1090 right there.
What's good, bro?
Boss man.
We're kind of having like a discussion about like, you know, the conversations like a couple nights ago. And I guess, you know, this is Meezy, by the way. I don't know if you know him, 21 Savage manager, but like somebody who I just like normally converse with. He's from Atlanta. And we were talking about the whole like Boston Richey shit. And, you know, he was someone who probably just like watched it that day. So he kind of just observed.
Yeah, I just watched.
And so he was giving his opinion, and I was just like, listen, it's probably better if he communicates with you, because again, I'm the middleman in a sense, you know. Again, I don't know if you noticed, bro. I had some sympathy, and by the way, I'm gonna tell you why I have some sympathy.
I just don't feel like he's technically a snitch. I just feel like what he did, I respect people if they feel like they wouldn't have did it or it was some sucker shit or whatever you want to feel. You can't tell nobody how they feel if they got certain whatever. But if nobody went to jail,
talking about the Boston Richey shit.
Yeah, and I just feel like you should have just said, like, in my opinion, you should have just kept it being like, look, because he didn't. How can you be a snitch with not nobody? Fuck going to jail, because that's a technicality. You can go to jail and get off, and technically nobody went to jail. But bro, nobody get locked up from nothing you say or do. How is that being a snitch? Being frowned down upon? You feeling like that shit was lame or some sucker shit? I respect that, but I just feel like you should have just been like, yeah, I wouldn't do what you did, but I ain't gonna call you a snitch, but I still would never do what you did. That's how I feel like this shit should have went. It shouldn't have still went with like, oh, technically you still is a snitch. Because it's too much fucking technicalities. That's where it got too technical. Because once that happened, it's like, bruh, who I lock up? But it don't matter. That's when you like, it don't matter, nigga. You talk. I've never talked to the police ever. So then he tried to be technical and be like, nigga, you did a fucking infomercial and shit some couple years ago. You was like, nigga, I never talked to the police. I talked to the news. So his thing is, so if I talk to the police, but nobody goes to jail, right? I'm a snitch, but you can be on the news and talk about whatever, and it's technically not talking to police, but the police can watch the news and articulate whatever you say the same way. You get what I'm saying? So it's like there could be there's a thin line where it's like we could reach because you're not a snitch. Like I'm not saying that because it's impossible. I don't think that at all, bro. You don't even give me them vibes. But what I'm saying is if we just start reaching for shit, it seems like that's where this snitch shit get out of hand. Like you could frown down upon how niggas do shit, and then you got niggas who snitch. If nobody went to jail or had handcuffs put on them because he said or claimed they did something type shit, even if they didn't go to jail, but even if they got apprehended from word from him, that's a snitch. If nobody did anything ever, if nobody's ever, that I don't count that as a snitch. It's one interview of a nigga he grew up with or whatever saying, yeah, he told on me, and there's no paperwork to provide it. It's like that's not fair enough to. It's just one of them nigga got to know 100%. Like I never seen the black and white where he was 16 yet. I seen him pull up your juvenile record. I seen him pull up his own. I seen Akademiks pull up that nigga shit or whatever. But when we pull up the other nigga shit is nothing. Something is just only thing we leaning on is an interview with Say Cheese. I just feel like that shit was just too much. I feel like you frowning down upon what he did. That's my opinion, because obviously tonight I'm gonna tell you now. I'm not a street nigga, but I just feel like shit. You feeling how you feel about him? He shouldn't have did it. I feel like you got certain principles, so I respect that. But the rat word, I feel like that's not fair because if he ain't, it's like that's a blurry line. I don't know like how niggas want it. If I could spend something so nobody goes to jail, even my worst enemy, but I still talk to the police. So even though nobody's locked up because maybe what I said, but I said something to the police anyway, niggas not supposed to fuck with me. Like I'd be confused, and this is me not being a street nigga. I want to understand like what's the aspect on that.
Well, I'm gonna start off saying this: you be making a hell of a lot of sense, and I agree with a lot of what you're saying. But the original situation was, bro asked me to look into the case of DeAndre Wiggins, the murder case, and through that I looked into his
That's
case.
That's the wig one, right?
Right, that's the murder. His cousin was the victim. That's what he wanted me to look into, and then at the same time I looked into his shit. Going off of the black and white, it says that him and the two co-defendants in the Grand Theft Auto case,
when he was 16, right? Or like when they was like
right. That says all three of them were arrested
at the scene, though. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what the paperwork says, that all three of them were put in handcuffs and were all arrested. I don't know what happened after that.
But that's why I say that's not fair then.
I spoke with the brother. He said they shit all got dropped. But my whole thing was in black and white, your statement that you gave to the police was they knew that the car was stolen because you told them. And that statement is what caused them to be arrested.
Yo, you ever like, well, I don't know, because you was locked up for a good period of time through your time, right? But I'm not a street nigga, bro, and I'm gonna tell you this now. When you from somewhere, and I don't know these situations, so I'm not speaking on that. I don't even know what city that happened. I don't even know if it was in where he from, whatever. But I know from where we from, bro, if you from the east side and police watch you grow up, nigga, however they feel that day, if they don't fuck with you and they pull you over on some bullshit, nigga, they'll put anything in a police report. That shit ain't what I did or said. It don't even got nothing to do with snitching, just period.
Well, that's where a lot of the confusion in this comes, right? Because Coley, the co-defendant that was apparently convicted, he didn't want anything to do with speaking out on this shit when I spoke with him. He wanted to do, at first he agreed that he was going to do a video with me speaking out on the situation. Then he said he wanted to do an interview. Then I asked him if he wanted to speak with Akademiks on Discord. He didn't want to do any of it. Said he didn't want to get out, whatever.
He can't though, bro. Like,
and then he went and did the Say Cheese interview. which was like, what the fuck? Because when Coley first reached out to me, Boston Richey wasn't even following, bro, none of that. I went to see if they were cool or not. Nobody was fucking with each other. After the Say Cheese shit drops, Boston Richey's following them. So I'm thinking in my head, all right, did bruh have you go and say that? Because if bruh had you go and say that, you never denied that you was arrested or any of that. And that's literally the only proof that's out there. You know what I'm saying? Other than
Yeah,
what's on that piece of paper.
but this what I'm saying. So you have your feelings about what you think. You get what I'm saying? And you got valid reasons to think that because shit, he spun. It was another incident where he said something he didn't need to say, even though he didn't snitch or get nobody locked up. You just disagree with his viewpoints on how he moved. You can't say he's a snitch when the only thing we got to rely on him even officially being a snitch is something none of us know. We
Well,
can't find.
that's I would disagree with that right there, respectfully, because
Yeah, I mean that
he
we
he
all
said
got.
he said in that interview that he gave out fake names, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I watched
He
it,
was
and then
spinning.
one of them was just like a local crackhead or something. Yeah, and then
Yeah, that's
but you told them
so
to Google one nigga, and like they probably really don't know that nigga. He just was a
no.
name.
That sounds good. I mean, we can give them
We
the
don't
benefit of
know.
the
Yeah,
doubt,
I
but
can't.
no. I'm gonna prove this to you right now. Academics, can we jump on Facebook? How I was trying to do earlier.
Yeah. What's on Facebook?
There's a specific page of somebody that is gonna connect all of this shit together.
Say they so.
But see, I just feel like I choose that for like y'all shit. Like I don't know. It's no point in doing it
Well, I
because
mean, bro, it go a lot further, right? So when I was on the phone with his brother decided to bring up something that really shouldn't have been brought to the light since everybody claims to be so street. You know what I'm saying? He talking about, oh yeah, you affiliated with this and you affiliated. And I asked his brother, all right, well, you know who your brother claims to be affiliated with.
Wait. What should I
Go
search?
ask
Text.
about the
Text.
situation.
Let me know what I
see, I
should
don't
search.
know about you know, I only could talk about I don't.
No. I understand, and it's like if you 21 Savage. I'm sure you know
I'm
about
talking about the
21.
black and
He got.
white. I'm not
But
talking about the.
what I'm saying is it ain't even just my opinion. So the street people that do have opinions in the situation, it's some whole other shit behind the scenes too.
But that's
And
on always. It's gonna
this is
always be
also who
like that.
I'm in contact with. So it's like the civilian standpoint and the street standpoint are going to be two different standpoints, and that's where the discrepancy comes from. But at the same time, with all the lies that were mixed into every single situation, that's just making me look at it like you trying to cover it up bit by bit. So he named Eddie Butler multiple times in the interview and said that's a fake person.
Mm-hmm.
I find Eddie Butler on the Florida Department of Corrections, says
Yeah,
he's
y'all
from
did it on the
Tallahassee.
live, right?
He said he don't know who that is. But see, this is the thing, right? His cousin Slug, and I don't disrespect the dead. I'm not into all that shit. So this ain't that. But his cousin Slug, who was the murder victim, Slug's Facebook is still active. When you go on Slug's Facebook, you can still see his friends list. His friends list has Eddie Butler. Eddie Butler's profile portrays him to be a gangster disciple. Within that interview, Boston Richey says, oh yeah, Eddie Butler and his homie and his mom are all gang members. But then he tries to say that these are fake names. How are these fake names if your cousin who passed away is friends with the man on Facebook and on this man's Facebook is his gang affiliation?
Holy.
I mean,
Wait,
when you say stuff like
It
that,
gets
I
deeper
can't.
than rap. The same girl that he says is a crackhead, he's saying to the police she witnessed the whole thing. I don't know who Boom Boom is. She's written in the witness report.
Not me.
How you don't know who Boom Boom is? Quentin, the other name that he named, his brother got a friend named Quentin on Facebook. I don't know if that's the same one because he didn't put Quentin's last name out there, but he identified him by photo.
question: is that why you wanted to? Is that why you said you wanted to go on Facebook and apologize earlier?
Yes.
Who said? Oh, I don't know.
That's what I said, yes.
Whoa.
I wanted to apologize to Boston Richey for accusing him of knowing somebody because I didn't have all the facts together. And then when somebody sends me everything, because everyone from Tallahassee is
Yeah,
telling me. They
And that's
been knew
all
he
I'm
was
saying, though.
snitching.
Yeah.
They just trying to cover it up. But it's like, homie, how much more dirt coming to light?
But
And
this all
that's where it's like the little bit of, and then all of a sudden when something gets exposed, is, oh, we got an excuse for this too. So y'all knew about it, but denied it, didn't want no one to know about it. Then when it comes to light, oh, now I remember, but here's my excuse for that.
I respect what you're saying, and I just feel like your viewpoint ain't wrong. I just feel like when it's time to say snitch, that's when I say it. You disagreeing with everything that's happened thus far is I understand. Like, I get that. I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like the problem is, and I already told Act before you even got on, this ain't even no shit against you. Cause he was asking, do you feel like this came up because he was asking me, he was like, yo, do you feel like 1090 Jake should pull back on finding snitches or pull back on rappers is telling? And my answer is no. That's contradictory to people not saying they don't fuck with snitches. It's like, oh yeah, we don't fuck with snitches, but man, fall back on niggas is telling, man, we don't want to not like them. Like that don't make sense either. So I disagree. I think you should, but I also feel like it's sometimes it should be some type of logic with it. Like, man, I don't fuck with that. I think the nigga, whatever your opinion is, and it's weird as fuck to me, but I can't call him a snitch yet. That's really what this shit is to me. That's what it looked like to me.
Well, it's like I broke down with Ack, right? Like we talked about the Kai Cenat situation, how he's the #1 streamer, and something allegedly happened inside of his place with a female, and he said he went straight to the police. I don't hold nothing against bruh, because the image that he portrays isn't something where he's violating. But now, if an interrogation video came out and 21 Savage is pointing out people in an interrogation room, that's going to have a critical impact on his career versus how it would affect Kai Cenat because of the lifestyles that they portray. So when I started covering snitches and all that, like this wasn't an intentional fucking plan. You know what I'm saying? This was me going
No, I
from
used to watch the
covering.
jail videos. And shit. Like, I know. It was
That
like,
was my shit, yeah. The
yeah.
prison shit, telling my life story, bringing my homies on I did time with. They sharing their stories. I'm trying to put the homies onto a bag when they get out. Like, yo, bro, you can run it up. I'm making 10, 15 bands a month doing this shit. All you gotta do is just tell them how we was living. And then I started covering other shit and covering other facts of prison and the history of prison, coming from slavery, all types of shit. And then I started covering rappers. I'm like, damn, if I can get this paperwork, I can get that paperwork. Then I found a snitch, and I try to put it like this because I always had a message in my shit, because I felt like, if all I do is report the news and I don't add nothing to it, there's nothing substantial that separates me from anyone else. So let me add my twist to this. All right, boom, we got this rapper, claims to be a killer. These kids looking up to him. Come to find out, he not even doing the shit he talking about. And y'all listening and influenced by him. You see what I'm saying? And that's how I started getting on it. Exposing snitches is the amount of videos I do about that is a minority on my channel. My whole channel isn't dedicated to exposing snitches. The majority of my videos ain't even doing that. But when I do it, it does get a lot of attention.
I don't feel like
Because
you should stop. I think it's important. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you should stop. I just do feel like this situation
Wait,
it's
hold on.
ongoing.
Wait,
It's
hold on,
ongoing.
hold on. I feel like you say that now, Meezy, until it's, you probably have zero horse in the race when it comes to Boston Richey, but it has ramifications, and I guarantee if it was somebody who's close to you or a friend or one of
I
the
ain't talking
close.
about Boston Richey when I'm saying in general him doing what he's doing. No, but this is the conversation. Don't stop doing what you're doing, but it gotta be fair when it's not clear cut when you're doing it. You can't just lean on what you believe because all the stars is telling you this is what I believe. You gotta at least let your platform is big. So when you just say what it is instead of what you personally think, people will run with that without looking at anything.
100%, and I agree and I respect what you're saying. But in my humble opinion, I feel like it's stamped. Because, homie, you in a murder investigation room for 48 minutes. You identified 3 people by photo. You admitted to calling the detective multiple times throughout the interview outside of the interrogation room. at that point, you're every bit of a witness in a murder case. You're saying who you believe has information. You're saying you gave information. You even brought up a name and requested the officer to get the person's picture. And then when she brought the picture back to you, you identified that picture. So if
Yeah, I
we
mean,
pick the most, if we had Lil Durk doing this right now on video, what would everybody be saying to Durk? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't really got a dog in this fight. But what I'm saying is, if somebody asking me that did it, if I personally knew a person that did it, right, would I be mad, disappointed? Yes. But when they asking me who got locked up, who got apprehended on what I said, and I can't find a soul, not even just who got locked up, literally did time, but nobody got pulled in for nothing of anything, the person said, I just gotta respectfully be like, I'm straight on you, but I can't say a snitch means somebody got locked up for something you said. That's what I thought a snitch was. Anything extra is just a person that talks too much.
well, see, I would disagree with that, right? Because
Yeah,
if you told the police, "Hey, I heard 1090 Jake got guns in the house," and they come and search
yeah,
the house, but they don't find no guns, I don't get arrested.
that's snitching.
I'ma still say you a snitch because you
No,
told
but
them that.
that is snitching. But that's what I'm saying. What yeah, see, I don't want to
It's
do it
like
on Discord, but you gotta look in.
there's
You
so
gotta.
many
That's where you
different,
look
like,
into it. Was there anybody brought in from the names drop? That's where you reach out to them people and to solidify your feelings before you say your feelings. I'm gonna reach out to whatever fake name and find that specific person and be like, "Hey, were you questioned?" Then that's where you got a case because somebody's name you said was fake was at least questioned because you said their name. If that didn't happen, how's he a snitch?
Well, see, I would reply back with this. The name that he mentioned was written as a category A witness within the murder case. And when we asked him if he knew that
I don't
name,
know what none of that mean. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. Like I
I
ain't never
mean, it just means that these were all top witnesses. So,
like
boom,
very
boom.
important. Very important.
I mean, I don't know if it means very important. It could just be their terminology, but put it this way: Boston Richey, his father, everyone that was inside of that house, the woman, Boom Boom, the crackhead, they were all listed in the same category as witnesses. But the fact that you named this person, told them to go look for this person is also listed in the witness list, and then you acted like you didn't know the person, and then you remembered who the person was, and then you discredit the person. Oh, that's a crackhead. What are you telling on the crackhead for? Why are you telling the police go find a crackhead? Because respectfully, not disrespecting nobody, but his cousin was apparently using drugs. So what really separates the two? You know what I mean? They all did drugs together. That's what this case came from. It was a robbery over drugs. So it's like, to me,
Damn.
it's stamped, and from the
Yeah,
other
I mean, I
side of
respect
things,
that. I
because
respect
it's like,
your view.
we know who fucks with,
Oh, Lady.
without saying it, we know who fucks with certain groups,
I
certain
don't know.
certain whatever, and when a
No,
motherfucker get removed at that shit.
I don't know what we talking about. I just know. I just know this. I know that like
It's kind of similar to how when Gunna's
nobody could tell
situation
you your.
popped off, the Crip said Gunna ain't Crip no more. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about none of that. That's what I'm trying to tell you, and I don't know it now. I don't know what. I don't even know. I know that your feelings or how you feel and everything, you can never tell a nigga how to feel, and how you feel makes sense. I just don't know yet. Even yourself, you said it. You got some more looking to do, but it's on the tip of your tongue that he is officially a snitch. But until that happens, you can't just use all my thing is the word. It's not how you feel. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like shit. We just throw it out when we feel like we already know everything already, and maybe that's not the case.
I mean, I just,
But I
respectfully,
understand
the,
from
the
you
amount, the
coming
amount
from a
of,
street aspect, bro. I
yeah,
understand.
I mean, I'm coming from a street chain gang
Yeah,
motherfucker. I cover these cases. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like, because even are you familiar with Bruce Rivers,
No.
the criminal lawyer who reacts? He's an actual lawyer. He reacts
Well,
to.
ain't that the nigga that always be outside of the courtroom? I don't know. It's a
Nah,
couple
that's
niggas that be
that. That's
doing that.
the other one. This one, he does his videos inside of his law office.
Oh
But
no.
so more or less, he did a video reacting to mine, saying it wasn't true, this and that, whatever. He didn't think it was snitching for whatever reasons he had, and whatever. When I dropped the interrogation video, he commented on it and said, "Come on, he was only 16." So in my mind, what you trying to say is, oh, we should let this shit slide because he was 16. But Bruce Rivers made a mistake. He wasn't 16 in that. He was 19 in that. I'm not going to be sympathetic to a 19-year-old snitching in a fucking interrogation room because I was 19.
I'm not sympathetic. I feel like 16 you mature because I was never a street nigga, but I knew what I was doing at 16. All I'm saying is we just need to. I just feel like it ain't enough concrete to just put it there just because of our feelings on what we feel is there and we gonna find. You gotta find it before you just say it. You can say what you feel, but when you say what you feel is a fact, a little prematurely, you gotta even close the window all the way. Cause I just look at it like this, bro. I don't know Boston Richey. I never met him. Love his music. But on my end, God forbid some shit happened to me. You feel what I'm saying? And I know, bro, I'm telling the truth. And 85% of the stars align for me to just look like a fucking liar. And everybody's calling me whatever this shit is. And niggas, it's only a few niggas gave me that 15% of the doubt. And then I come out to be true, like I didn't do it. I'm gonna be mad at, that's how I look at life though. You feel me? Cause I done been through shit. I done been through shit where it's just like, God damn it, bro. The truth is a fucking lie right now. I ain't about to win, especially with my girl. Every nigga in a relationship, the one time you really ain't doing nothing, that's the time you ain't gonna win. Because you didn't answer your phone. You did fall asleep at your homie house. You wasn't at a big house. It don't even matter. That's how life be working for me. So I always I need concrete like 1,000% before I just say anything to anybody. I can feel how I feel on the inside for sure. I'm going to think what I'm going to think. But before I openly express my feelings to others, I'll wait till I know 100%.
No, facts. And I mean, like, I personally felt once I see once I seen that paperwork, I was already like, it's pretty much done. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the interrogation, I thought it was that much worse. And I feel like intent is another major thing. I've reached out to a lot of people. Very few people actually reach back. So when me and Boston Richey were actually communicating, the communications that me and him had were a lot different than. Are you familiar with Bandman Kevo?
Yeah, he was locked up back in the day. He got out and he ran it up off the scam, and then he got out and just know how to invest and all that shit. That's all I know about him. He be talking about that money shit. He make a lot of money on OnlyFans off that shit.
So Kevo had snitching allegations come up.
Yeah, and, I remember that.
These allegations, they were sticking with him for a while. And, he even threw out some allegations on someone else. So more or less, I reached out to him. He replied back. And I feel like the difference with how Kevo handled it versus Boston Richey gave me the name of the person who was charged with the murder. He never gave me anything about himself. He never gave an explanation about himself. He never said, hey, I talked to these people, but this is all it was, and this name was fake. He never said none of that. This has all come out as a reaction to what I put out. Versus Bandman Kevo, I was down in Miami. Kevo pulled up on me in Miami with all of his federal paperwork, with like fucking 300 pages of paperwork and maybe like 12 CDs that had evidence and everything else in it from the feds. Gave it all to me so that I would be able to go and get the paperwork online, cross-reference it as fact, and then create a video on how he actually isn't a snitch. And I told him straight up, look, whatever I find, good or bad, is getting pushed out. He said, I'm with it, 100%. I bought all the paperwork off the Federal Pacer site, cross-referenced it to the paperwork he gave me. Everything came back 100%. But to me, that's somebody that ain't got nothing to hide, that's not only willing to provide it, but willing to just go 110% in. Versus the intent with Boston Richey's situation, it wasn't the same. Once he knew I looked into him, communication was on a whole nother vibe. Now I got to speak with his brother. Now his brother's trying to explain it when his brother's not even the one in the situation. You see what I'm saying? And then every little thing that came out after that, there's a rebuttal, there's a I forget, there's a reminder. It's a whole bunch of little extra shit that's coming with it where things just aren't adding up.
I mean, I get where you coming from? I just still say, man, it's a window that ain't all the way closed. That's all I'm saying.
Cause
I
like
ain't.
to me, it's I could say it's similar to the situation with Whack 100 and 21 Savage. He claims 21 Savage is a snitch because of whatever gun case he has and whatever things he has going on with immigration. I don't believe that. I don't think anything is stamped. I haven't seen anything in black and white confirming anything. I'm not even touching on it. To me, I just view it as a rumor. You know what I'm saying? But that isn't even something that I would make a video on and speak on like, oh yeah, this and that. Nah, I gotta see it. But if I can see paperwork that aligns with what's being said, and I can find this paperwork and I can show you this paperwork, and me and you can both go on the same goddamn site and it's there in a legal form, I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't
Yeah,
disagree with that.
I don't. I understand that, but all I'm saying is that's where you. All I was just saying is this. I agree with everything you say, like from your standpoint, but you just gotta put it out there for the people sometimes because you believe what you believe as of right now, even though what you believe is, you know what I'm saying? My thing is sometimes niggas they just hearing, oh, that nigga's a rat. We don't know that. You believe right now. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with saying what you believe, but I just feel like that's what you believe is not 100% fact yet. That's all I'm saying. It's not.
I mean, hey, we can respectfully disagree.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, yeah, because I don't know. It's a tough situation because you know a lot more than me. I was waiting on the Twitch, bro, with y'all too. That's all I know about this shit. But all I
Right.
see, I was like, man, this shit is a fucked up situation. Some things were done wrong. You said it. You was like, yo, I would never talk to the police. I'm like, okay, I respect that. But when he kept asking, who did I ever get locked up? Who went to jail? Nobody has answered that. Like, who? I just want to know. My thing is, even if somebody got called in for questioning because he said their name, like that's snitching too. It don't matter if you technically got locked up. Like, if that didn't happen, I don't think it's fair to say snitching because how? Did he talk too much? Yeah, probably if you believe it. Like, where your stance is, your stance. You feel what I'm saying? But I can't say that's snitching if nobody was questioned because of what he said in that room whatsoever. That means nobody was harmed whatsoever. Not questioned, not locked up, not nothing. Nobody had to get a lawyer, but we don't know that yet. I ain't saying that's not true. I'm just saying if you don't know that's for a fact, then it's still a window that maybe he's not technically a snitch. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I would. All right, let me spin you a hypothetical, and I don't really like the hypothetical situations. But let's say you with the artist in Atlanta, and a shooting happens, right? Somebody gets killed. If the police bring you in and they say, "Do you know what happened?" You say, "No, I don't." And the next thing they say is, "Well, can you identify who else was there that witnessed what happened?" Are you gonna name the people that you were with?
Did he name the people he was with?
He said that he was naming the people that knew and had information within the case.
He just named. From what I heard, he said he just named random ass names. One of them happened to be a J. Nobody that was like, if people are around when something happened, and I go in there and be like, I ain't see that shit, but literally the people I was literally around, I named them. That's snitching. If I say, man, John Jacob got the Troy Aikman, motherfucking
Well,
Dookie
that's
Lowe,
that's
and then
that's
we find out Dookie Lowe is the local J, who's so fucked up. It don't even matter. Am I wrong, nigga? Yes, because that is a real person technically. So that was dead wrong. But
but
if they never went to go grab Dookie Lowe to even question him whatsoever, and nobody who I ever said name ever went in to talk to any police about anything, how am I a snitch if nobody's being questioned or locked up from my words?
I would disagree with that because of what he actually said in the interview. He's naming the names of who was with the cousin, who was with the alleged shooter, who saw who.
Yeah,
Oh, he
I believe
he
what
was
you
in
say.
this car next to Buddy that was wearing red, and I forget his name. And then he later remembered his name was Jarrell, and the dude saw him with the gun on him, and boom, boom, witnessed the entire thing. He's giving more details than that.
Are
You
y'all
know,
not? Are y'all not going in circles right now?
Yeah, I think we not all the way disagreeing. I just feel like it's still a window of
I
us
feel,
not.
I feel like it's been like 45 minutes.
So
And
what are y'all getting from our debate? Because I'm not really like
I mean,
Just
I'm just getting
yeah,
y'all both got the same points, and it's just Jake is agreeing.
Hey, hold on. Yeah. I mean, for me,
What I like about it is the level of respect in this conversation.
yeah, for sure.
That's something that a lot of people can't do is simply just sit down and have a disagreement without it turning into a whole fucking, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
because it really ain't that. Because it's like I can't really have no disagreement with you, bro. Because it's like I'm talking about, and I gotta be sensitive. First off, I'm talking about your business because this is how you eat, first of all, and this is what you do. And I'm talking about his business, and I don't know him. So I gotta come from just a logical standpoint of being respectful, but also saying what I disagree with respectfully, but what I can't understand from your point respectfully. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't got the right to be like, yeah, you 1090 fuck nigga. Like, what the hell? Nigga, you don't even know me. You gonna be like, oh
yo,
man, what the fuck? What's your name? Let me
Nah,
Meezy.
I
let me
believe
pull
Meezy.
Meezy
Meezy's
up.
from the web. I
Yo.
believe Meezy don't believe that he really said real names. You still believe that he was spinning
I
the web,
think I
making
mean
fake
they
names.
proved he said like the junkie because what I listened to the whole thing, so I'm not like acting dumb.
Well,
Um,
can I show act? Would I be able to show y'all who Eddie Butler is so we
Oh
can
yeah.
just
you know why I don't? You know
we
why I
can
don't?
make it
Y'all, you know why
because
I
it's
want y'all to
like
wait?
you know what I'm saying?
Don't show them with me on here because I ain't trying to wake up tomorrow on the blogs for the wrong shit. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Real shit, bro. Y'all niggas just hold that. Like, please.
it ain't just the crackhead. That's the thing. It's like you
No,
know.
I'm saying, but y'all, I want y'all to do that on act time. I'm trying to chill and talk, debate like on some cool shit. I ain't really
Nigga,
trying to.
Meezy
I
like,
ain't
I
trying to
ain't
be in the
trying to
middle
go
of like,
viral
you
right
feel me?
now,
Because I
nigga.
ain't on that. Like, I'm not against nobody. I just like the conversation. I like the
Nah,
debate.
I feel you, but I would say do this, right? I would say assume the names, whatever you want to assume about the names, but just re-listen to what details he actually gave with the names. And then go back to the hypothetical that I said that if you was on the scene of a shooting, would you give the names of the people that were also there? Like, oh, I know he was there and he seen this and ask him what he seen. And you know what I'm saying? I would just rewatch what he said because to me, it's like, yeah, bro, you told.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
yeah, and by the way, I did it off Karen, but I see I pulled up the Eddie Butler. I don't know if that's the guy who passed away. His name is Slugger
It's
on.
slugger motherfucker or
Yeah, yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Okay, no, I verified it. I didn't put it on screen though.
Yeah, you
Yo,
can go through
Meezy.
his friends list. You gonna find Eddie Butler, the dude with the tattoos. Eddie Butler just got hit by a car 2 weeks ago. He got out of prison, and while he was walking, someone did a hit and run. So he's no longer here. But
Yeah,
that's the same Eddie
Damn, I
Butler.
was about to ask. I'm like, where he at then?
Yeah, no,
But
he
yeah,
passed away. He literally just had got out of prison. But
yeah.
yo, Meezy, man. We were talking about like who's the MVP in terms of
Speaking from
rappers
that,
for 2022, but who do you think? I think you the best manager in 2022, nigga.
Yeah, man, we got a long ways to go. I don't pop shit like that. I
No, no,
don't
no,
think
no.
I
Hold on,
am.
hold on. Wait. Well, you could use this to acknowledge some peers. Like I'm thinking about great managers do a good job. Um, let me see. Let
Man,
me see.
you got Gary over there that managed Doja Cat.
No,
You got motherfucker. You got Cash and Sal with Tro. You got with Tro and the Weekend. I'm tripping.
salute to my man M with Boogie.
Nigga, you got coach. You got coaching P.
Yeah, but they're
You
not
know what I'm
managers
saying?
though. They're not
Vox from
managers.
New York.
Yeah,
Vox.
they owners, but they managers too. They like with solid foundation. You can't
Yeah,
just
but hold on, I put them on the executive realm.
yeah, yeah,
that's like if I'm shouting out Gotti, I would say Coach and P. You feel me?
yeah, for sure. I understand. It's a lot of great managers, bro. I feel like I got my little pocket because I'm more like I'm a little more vocal. I'm vocal with the artist that I'm in it with.
Yo,
You get what I'm
play
saying?
this. If it was any other person's manager, they would have came on here and said some wild shit. And the great thing about you always know how to keep it composed. You don't disrespect no one. You still have a point of view, and it's a point of view that is just not gonna have you waking up and your artist looking stupid because you done said something
Exactly.
that
Trying to be
yeah
cool or something.
yeah.
But it also ain't like staying away from a question, but it's also making it make sense if I can't answer it. I don't want to be that nigga like I ain't talking about that shit. Nah, I put things in perspective, bro. Like,
Hey,
shit.
you might be the number one manager, but Whack is definitely number two.
Hey man, everybody list is different. You feel me? Because I wouldn't put me as my number one manager on my list.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
your
Wack's
list
number
is
one.
me and Wack. Shit,
If Wack could have his artist taking Henny balls to the head and getting bread in the real.
But as a manager, you can't manage that. You gotta as a manager, you gotta manage that as far as if that's what the artist wants to do. You just gotta figure out the best way to monetize around what your artist chooses to do. Wack can't wake up and be like, nigga, you ain't doing that no more. These niggas are human beings, bro. I don't control Savage. You think Savage just when I wake up and call him, that nigga jump up? Hell no. I work for him. You get me? So when goddamn, you know how many times Wack used to try to get Buddy to break up with old girl? Nigga, it's not happening. So he adapted as a manager. Like, shit, all right, that's what you want to do. Cool. We gonna set the
At
play
this
up.
point, I think Wack behind it now.
But that's what I'm saying. Once he realized what it was, he managed the situation. He didn't try to jump out of it like, nigga, listen to me or it's over. Nah, it's like, man, look, if this what you gonna do, cool. And it start working, so now it's really cool. But like all managers can do is manage a situation. You can't, when the artists do wacky shit, it ain't that, man. Sometimes managers lead artists wrong, but sometimes shit, once you see an artist made their choice, you just gotta do the best you can with what they choose to do or what they got. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
YSL is a gang must end.
Hold on, huh?
Holy.
I fuck with y'all.
Holy.
Yeah, I don't know about it.
I ain't gonna lie. This is the second time I'm streaming. I'm tired as fuck, and plus I gotta.
So this Dave act, this what I've been missing out on.
Yeah, don't even miss. Hey, no, I got a podcast tomorrow though. This shit gonna be lit.
Damn,
Yo, chat. I got one of those. Well, actually, I'm gonna stir some shit up. I'm gonna ask this person about Meezy. I know he got some shit to say.
Oh shit! If I'm getting off, if it's gonna be some controversial shit, you know, I'm non-confrontational.
No. I don't even know your opinion on this nigga. To keep it real, never heard you talk.
Who?
I ain't gonna lie, man. Might have to have Charleston White on here, man.
No.
Charleston White, that man hilarious. I disagree with a lot of stuff he say, but man, that nigga, he a medicine in the candy type nigga. You feel me?
Charleston said, man, come here, man. I'm about to. I got a lesson. He said he got a sermon to deliver to Blueface in the morning. This shit gonna be hilarious. That nigga's a comedian, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing stand-up shows. He's doing shows right now, stand-up comedy shows, literally.
I'll pay that nigga $10 to watch that shit.
Yeah, I just sometimes he go too far, like the T.I. kid shit. Like he should some stuff. It's nothing wrong, bro, with doing what you do, bro. And that's all of us. Even me as a manager, there's nothing wrong with doing what you do. But when you just some wrong, you just gotta just say you was wrong, keep it moving, and still do you. There's nothing wrong with it. I feel like some niggas don't know how to just do that. That was wrong, bro. Talking about that shit.
Yo, baby. My baby?
Nah, he violated YNW Melly moms. That was crazy.
Some stuff you should just stand on, but we ain't gonna lose respect for you. Like we respect him. Like sometimes, like he'll say stuff you need to stand on. What's wrong with society? But then he'll do some old throwed off shit that pretty much sums up what he's against. Sometimes
hold on. Nah. I know you don't got nothing against this nigga, but I'm gonna make sure you at least acknowledge the joke is funny. Nigga, I don't care if you and Gunna cool in the background. When that nigga said, yo, Gunna tell him,